our guest speaker is a seasoned product manager that is passionate about AI, SaaS, and fintech. And he currently works with Temi Groups, the Moses Afolabi. Welcome, Moses Afolabi.
Hi, Joy.
Welcome. Hi. So we'll just move on to solving a rapid solve task. I don't know what you'd like, whether you like me to say one or two things while you are working, or you would like to work on your stuff without distraction.
Nah, I think anyone works for me because really, in a real life product scenario, right? You're probably in a board meeting,
You get
trying so maybe you're thinking something, and then maybe someone from customer success just comes, brings chair and sits down beside you to say, "Oh, so I'm thinking about this," and then you don't want to lose your train of thought, right?
so you're doing both.
So I don't mind doing both. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you can just pick a skill, a task, and then walk us through your train of thought. Like, yeah, just pick a task, an interesting one. You can go
Okay.
down. Yeah, anyone that interests you.
All of these are really, really interesting. Let me see if I can find something related to AI.
Oh, okay.
Uh, okay, I think I found one. This is easy.
Oh,
So,
see. After
right,
you
okay,
see, you
so,
just started. You started how you're leaving an easy task. Then you can decide to leave it. Just do something that you're comfortable with.
okay, pricing strategy. Maybe I should choose this. Though
Okay.
I'm not sure what the outputs will look like because in real product scenarios, you don't want to decide pricing strategies alone, right?
Yeah.
The business team, maybe the sales team as well. And we are building like a solution. I've done this a couple of times. If I'm trying to
Yeah.
determine pricing, apart from the whole computer analysis and whatnot, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm building a solution that I know that maybe an internal team would also use, maybe like a project management tool now, for instance,
Yeah.
right? And one of the things I want to do is communicate with those kinds of people internally, right?
Yeah.
First, say, if you have a product like this, what will you be willing to pay for? And
Mm-hmm.
then I also like then take it out to maybe Twitter to ask random questions.
Oh, you
Yes.
do that as well. Oh, okay. That makes
Your
sense.
product is watching. Uh,
No, so you just do stats challenge.
I want to read everything first.
Oh, okay, all right. So that you not commit. Okay, I get you. I get
Probably
you.
will
So what we did was, that's just a how do I put it? An introduction to the whole thing. We didn't want to put everything out there so that no
Okay.
one will go and copy and take it to ChatGPT or something.
Okay, submitting this will cost 15 credits. Make sure you have enough balance. I think I'm rich enough to submit
Yes,
three of
you're rich. You're rich.
I'm rich enough to submit three of these. Stay on screen. Switching screen will automatically submit your task. And you might lose the chance to earn your point. Choosing model will begin. That's interesting. Excuse me. The company is launching an AI-powered project management tool. The leadership team has asked you to propose three pricing models and justify your choice based on industry trends, willingness to pay, computer analysis. A proposal should include pricing tiers. Maybe I'm taking of this. Pricing tiers. Sorry about that. Pricing tiers. Value proposition. Position. So this is basically what value each tier holds, right? So I'm assuming, you know, so in a typical product scenario, I'll probably want to like clarify with the management or who has
Okay.
started this to know what they mean by value proposition, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just assuming that this basically means what value each tier holds, right? So maybe this tier one is just you can engage five, you can bring in five team members, right? Um, expected customer segment, expected customer segment. Okay, so this is very very interesting. Consider model plans like freemium, set pricing, and per user pricing. Factor in customer acquisition costs and strategies. Right. So I would say that okay, I'm allowed to think out loud, right?
Yes, please, you are allowed to. Because I mean, we want to also understand your thought process, so please, you're allowed to.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that. So I think what Inti has told me to do the whole premium tiered pricing. Why is it not typing? Premium tiered pricing, and then um per user per user pricing. Okay. Your company is launching a new AI powered project. So what are we launching? AI powered project management tool. Yeah, the leadership team. Okay, so maybe the first thing I then want to do is break this down. The
Okay.
old AI-powered project management tool. And when I say breakdown in the sense that I want to maybe touch on the features. So I'll be doing a lot of assumption here. And
Yeah.
what assumption is because one, this is a task. Secondly, in a typical scenario, it will just be me, right? So I don't have you to be asking questions, right? So that's why I want to explore that route. So a typical AI powered project management tool, right? Maybe the first thing I want to do now is um, mention some project management tools I know, right? So maybe some project management tools. So that's linear. I'm a big fan of linear, by the
Yeah,
way.
you've said it before. When the moment you said Lydia, I was about to say, hey, you've said it.
I really love linear, Trello, and then Jira, right? And why I did this at this point is that, of course, this is a how do I say this? An assumption kind of project, right?
Yeah.
So what this will help me do is the fact that I know that these are project management tools, right? And these are the ones I'm very much familiar with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can use that to then list some of the features that my own project management tool, in this case AI powered in bracket, would most likely have.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there will be a board, or let's say a Kanban board for a Kanban board, right? A Kanban board, there'll be assignees. I might not, exhaust it. Assignees, there'll be an estimation feature. So this allows us to say small, large, medium task
Yeah.
with a date tool, right? Date tool to let us know when the ticket is due. Um, what else? Description, right? Maybe title, description, description, and then description, comment. It allows for comments. Maybe external third-party integrations, right? Party integrations, like GitHub. My time is running fast. Like GitHub,
You
third
can
party
see that.
integration, GitHub. Maybe Figma, right? I think that's another thing I want to see on these tools I've not been seeing. Figma allows for Figma. Maybe we leave it at just these two. What else typically comes with it? user invite, right? User or seat invite, right? So this talks about how many people, you know, um, will most likely, come on board, blah blah blah. Maybe five per team. Yeah, another thing is then team, right? So teams. So I think linear allows for on their free tier, it allows for just two teams. So I can have
Mm-hmm.
a project management tool for my design team and then my marketing team, and then if I want engineering team, I then buy right teams. So teams. What else? Like I said, this list might not be exhaustive, but I want to try to see that at least I push the boundaries. Um, teams. Maybe an interesting thing that I want to see is a report feature, right? If linear founders are saying this, maybe they should add a report feature that allows for screen
Yeah,
recording.
you heard it here.
Screen recording of issues I find, right? Because usually one of the challenge I face is once you report a bug ticket, I would have to like go outside the tool, use that,
Mm-hmm.
maybe use a third party to then record it and then upload, right? Maybe you just
Mm.
want a thing
So
that
so
lets,
maybe clip charm or something. Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, it's third
the
party. Yeah.
um, roadmap management tool, roadmap tool. So the idea, one thinking roadmap tool is again, I don't want to be using linear and then open my what's it called, my spreadsheet to be checking my.
Yes.
So I just want to like have
Good.
everything as all in
Everything
one.
in there. Yes.
Yeah, roadmap tool. What else? I think I'll stop this brainstorming session by when I have 18 minutes more. Roadmap tool. What else do I want to see? Mm, okay, roadmap tool. I was thinking of something but I forgot. Maybe if I remember. Then the AI, right? So how then do I bring AI into this, right? So I will want, maybe maybe this is not necessarily an AI tool, right? Um, because one of the things I would really want is if one of my issues is falling behind deadlines, maybe I want to get a prompt, right? Okay, let's add Slack here. I want to get a nudge, right, with the AI to say, um, hi Moses, time is running
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe just a simple notification can handle that, and maybe with a Slack integration. So maybe there's a channel, and then when the time is running out, I get a pop up on my Slack channel to say, Alpha boss,
Your
this thing is
time.
running out. Yeah. So, because another thing I advocate for is not everything should be AI nice, right? There's some things that we don't have to have models to handle. So maybe an AI tool I want to have is a tool to help me flesh out my ticket description.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe on my tickets, once I write the title, then based on the context of, it has access to my entire board, and then it can, would I say, so my entire board serves as like a rack pipeline, and then it suggests. So once I write maybe like a title,
Mm-hmm.
design a pricing strategy, right, and then, I can see um a faded text of what should be in a pricing strategy, and then I just click yes, and then maybe there's a button to say, do you want me to help you flesh this out, and then it does that, right? So it's tool to help me flesh out my ticket description. What other AI application in a project management tool? mm, let me think. Uh, okay, maybe this might not be direct, but uh hmm, okay, maybe backlog grooming. I I have my reservations around this, but for the purpose of this of this session, let's just do backlog grooming, right? And why I want to do backlog grooming is, maybe again it has context of my board, right,
Yeah.
and maybe my roadmap, and then it's saying that you are deprioritizing something that you shouldn't, right? Um, Maybe it then does that. Then another thing is reports. So this report, as in, I can just like auto generate a report of my board, right? I don't have to scroll through uh, my board, right? So maybe I just click a small button, this fancy colorful AI thing, and then just type in a prompt to say, what is my board looking like, right? And then I can see, oh, you have 5 tickets that are pending, this and that. So maybe let's just do these three, right? Because really, per launch, you can't exhaust everything that you
Yeah.
add, right? And I'm highlighting all of this feature, assuming that I've done my, we got this product to this level because we've done our market research, right?
Mhm.
We've seen what people do in the market. Maybe we also did some sort of AI research, and then that was what determined all of this, right? That big assumption. Now let's go back to what I've been tasked to do, which is your company is launching a new AI powered project management tool, which has all of these features, right? Um, the leadership team has asked you to propose three pricing models. So we said
Just a
freemium,
question.
yeah, premium, right? Pay per user, tiered, right? And pay per user. But this is pretty interesting, right? Because I could have just easily made this, my three pricing models, really, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
my set pricing, and then my pay per use. But set pricing, maybe if I had access to to leadership, I could have asked questions, right? That is it that your set pricing you want to have maybe two tiers, and then a pay per user pricing, right? Plus the premium, which then means that we are having four four pricing tiers
More percentage.
instead of three. But big assumption here, I will assume that the pay per use. What should I assume? Okay, let's do the three. Let's do the three. So I've been asked to justify my choice based on industry trends and then your proposal. Now I want to do my pricing. Right, Kanban board is pretty much important. Right, is the entirety of what we are selling. So there's this thing of reducing a product to the most basic functional level. So imagine I'm signing
Mm-hmm.
up for management, so I cannot use a Kanban board. I wonder what that is about, right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe Kanban board, right? Kanban board. Everybody has access to that. So these three guys did more than three actually. Assignee, estimation, date to, title. Let me add search, right? Search. Should be able to search, right? So these guys, right? Comment. All of these guys, they are a singular thing, which is ticket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to sum this up as ticket, right? And then third party integration. This is something that I can want to place on tiered pricing, really, but the likes of linear, a free um a free version of linear allows me to do, I think, all of this really. And there's this thing of when you're competing, right? You're competing against, in this case, people that have been in the market for 2 3 years. You want to find a competitive edge, and I think it's going to be silly of me to start pricing third party integration already. Third party integration. So let's just put that here, integration, right? Then the report feature, right? Screen recording. Maybe we want to put this on tiered pricing. Or not. But let's see. Report feature, right? Tiered pricing. Road mapping to maybe available as well for freemium roadmap, right? Um, my time is really, really running, right? User invite, at least to some extent. I should be able to invite my users, right? My team members. team members, invite, right? Teams. Also, if you check Jira, if you check Linear, you can create at least two teams,
Yeah.
right? You can create at least two teams. Um, Roadmap two, we've done that. Now, AI. Now, there's this thing of giving people a taste, right, of what you want to give them. And then
Yeah.
you're like, so, LinkedIn does that a lot. LinkedIn is
Mm.
like, 10 people checked your profile. And then you're
Yeah.
like, what? Give me money,
Give me
right?
yeah, give me money.
Don't want to do that, right? So maybe we want to do that. And then, yeah, let's do that. Um, so interestingly, right? Um, okay. Hmm. Let's do this report feature. Interestingly, if you look at this board carefully, you'd see that every of the feature that I've highlighted, I'm making them freemium,
Yeah.
right? And why I'm doing that is again, we're competing against big boys, Linear,
Yeah.
ClickUp, Trello, Jira, which currently give people this, right? So if I want people to use my solution, right, I want to give them a sense of what I'm going to be offering them, right? And then maybe after that, that's the approach I'm taking. So maybe after that, I'm saying now pay, right? So that then leaves us with how do I want to approach this? Do I want to give maybe free trial because those are the options I have. So maybe I want to do
Mm.
a 1 month long free trial, and then after that, your account is locked. I've got you to start building your project on my platform, and after 1 month, I'm like, now give me money. Which
Mm.
again does not make any sense because all of these guys currently do that. So one of the things I would then do if I was tasked with doing this is I maybe want to then go on Linear and see what are they offering for free, right? So Linear is doing 5 people, Jira is doing maybe 5 people as well. Big assumption. So Kanban board, um, but then my Kanban board, I would love to put a pricing on it, and that's because in the long run, I'm storing this thing in my DB, right? So maybe it's even cold data or hot data, it is still in my DB. And then there is infrastructure cost, right? So I don't want you to see me as, as the um, Santa Claus, right? So
Yeah.
things I want to do is maybe keep. So I would have really loved to keep it at 500 because I want the situation whereby you've created so many tickets and then you're like, it's difficult to migrate. So I'll peg it at 1,000, right? So yeah, at 1,000. I know some people still try to beat that though, maybe go to their backlog or cancelled tickets to go and delete ticket, right? Well, yeah, I will price that, right? Let's just leave it at 1,000, and then maybe they want to convince their management, right? And they've used it to a particular extent to see all of these things. They can then say, maybe we should pay for the next level. So third party integration, I will leave this completely free, right? Because I want you to bring in as many of your solutions as possible, right?
Yeah.
Um, what's it called? I want you to bring in as many of your solution as possible so that living will then be very, very difficult. I mean, that sounds like a bad thing to do, but I mean, it's business, right? Road mapping as well. This is a very nice to have, right? I, as much as possible, want you to see, this product is like, they care so much about us, right? I don't have to be opening multiple tabs, right? Now, invite. This is another thing I think I will price, right? I know that your team is probably bigger than 5 people. So I'll probably keep this between 5 to 10 people at premium level, right? Or let me say, keep this at, let's keep it at 7. 7 sounds like a perfect number. 7. And why am I doing that? I want you to, so in a typical team, you have 2 front ends, 2 back ends, 1 QA, that's 5, your product manager, that's 6, and then your designer, that's 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm.
want you to put all of them in. And then when you start seeing, oh, maybe you just migrate every other person into it. Now, teams, like every other person, I'm doing two. I'm not giving you more than 2 teams. Your design and engineering, if your marketing teams feels that they want to use all of this, then they should come on board, right? AI, right? I will limit you to few prompts. Yeah, few prompts. So I can do 3 prompts per day. It just sounds perfect. 3 prompts per day. 3 prompts per day. but a total of per day, but a total of 15. That's 5 days a week per month, right? So you exhaust it, you wait till the next one. Then the report feature, screen recording. Maybe this is uh you can upload not more than this sounds very mischievous, but you can upload no more than say what should I do? What should I do? No more than um 5 minutes long video. Yeah, 5 minutes.
In a
5 minutes.
day or
Yeah, this is actually difficult to follow up
yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe not 5 minutes long. Yeah, 5 minutes long because of course you are bringing in, just like you're showing our screen here. You're bringing in your solution into it. So my timer keeps counting, and then once it's 5 minutes, boom, they're done recording the bug. So yes, we have the perfect. I think with all those justification, I'm sorry because of my time, maybe I won't be able to type them out. With all this justification, I think I have a good freemium level, right? So what then would I now let you? What then would I possibly add, or what would I use to make? I don't know if this English is correct, but what would I use to make the tiered pricing more attractive? So all of these things, all right. I'm starting to feel mischievous here, but all of these things, and I'm saying tickets, unlimited, right? Unlimited. And then third party integration unlimited, roadmap unlimited, team members invite. Instead of 7, now I'll give you 15. And why am I giving you 15? I want a situation whereby if you now have more user, you then use my pay per use feature.
Mhm.
Price. So you have done the tiered pricing, but then you're like, somebody, we're expanding the team, right? What then can we do? Bring this new person in, right? Teams unlimited, no, just bring as many as possible teams, right? So that as you're bringing as many as possible teams, right, you need to buy as many as possible user seats, right?
Yeah.
AI unlimited, you can use this unlimited, and then the reporting feature. Let's do up to maybe unlimited, right? Because of the approach we've gone through. If it's that I had another layer of this tiered pricing, maybe I can do from 0 to 30 minutes, then 0 to 1 hour, and then the third tier will be unlimited, right? So let's do this. So unlimited, let's keep it unlimited, right? So I have 5 minutes more. Again, let's go through the question. Because as a PM, one of the things you should try to do is pay X number per new user, X dollars, because you're charging in dollars for the product. Wait, I'm looking for dollar sign. Yeah, dollars, X dollars for per new user. So one of the things you want to do as a PM is that everything you're doing at every point in time. Sorry, I'm talking fast. You want to make sure that you're aligned with the business goal. You want to be
Yeah.
doing at in time. So that is why it feels like I'm going back to the question every time, right? Because maybe I got this via email or in a meeting, I would have jotted down, right? Jotted, whichever one, right? So what does that mean is I would have easily just gone back to my notes to check, but in this particular scenario, we are saying this as a note. So the company is launching a new tiered AI-powered project tool. Sorry, the leadership team has actually proposed new 3 pricing models, which I have, and justify your choice based on industry trends. So I can't do that again in this in this task, right? Because my time is fast spent. I'm sure if I'm doing it alone, I would have been able to do it. But I would have loved to really document, my justification for what I did, and then customers' willingness to pay. Of course, I would have validated this at this point once I have this pricing model. Maybe I would have done 2, right? And then I would have validated this with potential customers. And then computer analysis. Your proposal should include pricing tiers, value proposition, expected customer segment. Maybe another thing I did was I assumed my expected customer segment. We've done the value proposition at least in all of
Yeah.
these. But expected customer segment, there are 2 approaches I love. The first one is the one where I assume that the product is being built. So this is irrelevant in this case. So the second approach I would
Mhm.
have done is I would have assumed there are small teams, medium-sized teams, and large teams, and then the whole mental calculation of doing the who should be in the small team, like the size of a small team, the size of a big team, the size of a this, right? So while one of the ways the freemium model makes sense is then that maybe you're building a side project and you've used my product, right? You then take it to a larger team, and then you're like,
Yeah.
this is the best you can use, right? So at that point, I've lost something to you on the freemium
Mm-hmm.
model, but then it then accumulates to something bigger on the paid model, right? So we want it to be free so that people can use it and then be able to preach the gospel, right? Places where our Google ads cannot reach, right? Mouse can reach there. So
Mm-hmm.
consider the blah 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 factor in customer acquisition costs and retention strategies. I think I've mentioned all of those. 2 more minutes. Can I quickly risk this? So customers' willingness to pay. So competitors, evaluated competitors, inspired competitors. I'm sure I'm going to get zero, but trust me, if I was doing this alone, I would most likely like properly document. Um, industry trends. I've mentioned that, your proposal, pricing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I think because of my time, that's all the justification I have. So this is my pricing model. How the
Okay.
let me the medium,
Mm.
premium. So I'll do this premium, right? And then pay per user, right? So these are the three. And then I'll have done my slides to defend my decisions. But I'm assuming that we've done that now.
Yeah.
I don't have much time again. Sorry about that. So
Okay.
submit. Can I?
Yeah. Yeah, you can submit when you're ready.
I don't know. You
What's
don't
time?
mind
Oh,
time in not letting me do this justification. Um, okay, likely features. I feel bad, but yeah, let me just submit.
why?
This looks so unclean, right? But again, I'm just trying to walk people through my thought process. Submit.
The good
Ah,
thing is that you've had to, no, we're waiting. The good thing is that you've had to take us through your thought process. So, yeah, it just, oh my God, why did you,
wow.
I was about to say, why did you manifest zero? Oh my God. Okay, but you have your feedback. And the most important thing here is that you took us through your thought process. And that's it. And it was amazing. So,
Oh, I really should have mentioned this. Maybe that would have been 5 more points.
okay, so
Uh,
what they say? I
yeah,
can
the five
barely
format
see.
segment. I just said it to you guys. I should have just stated the formatting.
Oh,
I knew it
because
would be a problem. Ah, sorry about that.
no, it's okay.
I feel so bad.
Why? No, you
I don't
shouldn't feel bad.
feel bad.
Honestly, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Thank
Okay.
you very much for doing this.
Yeah.
You know, rapid solve is there. You can always, and then you can always come back.
Yeah.
Come back
Um,
and redeem yourself.
this is like something I used to, juggle my brain once in a while. So yeah.
Yeah, 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 sure. And so I just have few more questions for you. Number one is if what advice do you wish someone had advised you when you just started, maybe earlier on in your career? What's that one advice that you wish someone had given you?
Uh, career one advice. Hmm. I don't know. I find it difficult to answer that question. I think this is the third time this year that I'm being asked that question. And it's not like maybe I started out well or something, or maybe I had it planned out or something. But because I was a member of communities, right? So I
Yeah, that.
had people to tell me you should be doing this, right? I remembered when I was trying to like convince myself that no, am I still entry level? Am I now a junior PM? I then had a conversation with somebody and I highlighted things I was doing, and it was like, yo, you can apply for a senior product manager role. But yeah, so
And you
uh
quickly just started.
so maybe not the advice I would have preferred. Sorry about that. Maybe not the advice I would have preferred someone told me. Sorry, calls from work.
Oh,
Um, one sec, just let me attend to this. Uh, one sec. Yeah, I'll check back in. So maybe not the advice I would have preferred that someone told me. Maybe something I would love to tell people to do.
okay.
Is that one, communities are pretty much important. I would not have heard of Talenvo, even though because we're a member of the same community, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
communities
true.
are pretty much important. No matter the track you're in, right? There's this. I graduated as a philosophy student, so I'm familiar with a lot of world philosophies. And one of the major ones that we embrace here in this part of the world in Africa is Ubuntu, which is I am because we
Together.
are, and we are because I am, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and the idea behind that is communities, right? So opportunities like this, right? Things that would help you better yourselves pop up from such communities. Then the second thing is practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I tell people when I first started out, when I first transitioned from being a business developer to a product manager, maybe because of the way I transitioned, expectations were very high for me on my team. This guy is very smart, this guy is very this, and then everything was placed on me, right? One of the things I struggled with at the time was, you know, um, burnout, right? And then there was a time when this thing crept in. I can't remember the word now, but this thing when you're feeling that maybe you're a fraud, you're not enough, and all of that. I've forgotten the term for it.
Is that something disorder? Can't remember.
I can't even remember. Uh, I can't remember. If I remember later, maybe I'll mention it. But yeah, there's this feeling of I'm not enough, right? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I would say that I know Talenvo did not tell me to say something like this, but of course, I think that disclaimer is important.
Yeah,
Talenvo
it
not
is.
say something like this, but I feel using tools like this, using maybe you can say you want to use AI tools, but the beauty of places like Talenvo is that AI, as smart as so much context as so much data that it has, will not be able to provide that human context which solutions like Talenvo offers. I don't know your competitors, maybe I'll mention their names, right? But yeah, I would say that sign up on solutions like this might not be every day because, in all sincerity, doing this every day can be quite challenging, right?
Yes, it
Life
can be.
can be very, very chaotic. I'm in a demo session with you guys now, and then I'm having calls from work that is pretty much important. That's why I had to tell them one sec. So doing this every day might not be realistic, right? But maybe you want to pick up the easy ones every day, right?
Yeah.
So easy every day, easy ones once in 3 days. And then on weekends, right? I know you should be resting on weekends. I do that too. But maybe on weekends or maybe on days when you have light tasks, you want to then pick up medium level, ad level ones to do. Now, I'm saying this and I'm not segmenting users for you, right? Maybe you're saying entry level junior. No, I would say that no matter the level, do try those at levels. What that then helps you to do is it sharpens your thinking, right? And then you start to see gaps that I should know how to do this, and then you can start reaching out to people like Joy, right? That's senior PMs, to help you get on calls with you to walk you through.
Disclaimer, guys. Moses is 1 million years in. I started last year, so let's go.
Doesn't matter.
Disclaimer.
Age is just a number. So maybe you then want to reach out to people to say, I tried to solve this. This was how I was thinking of it. And the kind that third ones, again, that's where community comes in, right? You can just drop it on your community channel, and then people start to pick it up to say, let me help you, jump on calls with you, walk you through their thought
Mm,
process, right? So again, I've said communities, I've said practice, right?
fact news.
I'm not saying you don't use ChatGPT, right? But
Yeah.
why you're using ChatGPT to maybe generate much more context, right? Use Talenvo. So the thing about ChatGPT is that there was something very interesting that I noticed on Talenvo, right? If you're using ChatGPT, for instance, I can just copy that question, and then when I'm stuck, I can still use ChatGPT to ask answers, right? And then I paste everything, and then I keep thinking, no, I'm very, very good. I'm very good at what I do. But on Talenvo, I saw that if I minimize that model, right, it
It
was going
is
to
some.
right. So maybe that's one of the things you want to do. One of the things I try to do is I put myself in very, very tight position so that you tap me today like this, I'll tell you things about prioritization. You tap me tomorrow, I can tell you things about segmenting on the go, estimating on the go. So maybe you want to, if you covet that kind of level, right? Maybe you want to try to do that.
Okay.